Going on, kings and queens? Welcome back. Today's video, following the same structure, it's going to be all about 5 pop records you should know. Now, let me start off by saying that it's not going to be like strictly pop. I feel like it's kind of hard to put some of these albums into just one genre. So it's going to be anything that has heavy pop elements in it, you know? And to get started, we got Phantogram, Eyelid Movies. Now, if you want something a bit more upbeat, a bit more on the, it's like psychedelic pop, you know, like trip pop, like it's very much in the experimental side, more so on the alternative side, as you can see, which is going to be a reoccurring theme in a lot of the albums that I chose. I guess that's just what I'm gravitating towards currently. Phantogram, Eyelid Movies, standout tracks. I'm trying to get my standouts for each ones. Have to be When I'm Small, I believe it's called, and As Far As I Can See, and I think Mouthful of Diamonds. And yeah, those would be my standouts for now. They have another project called 3. I haven't gotten around to getting that on vinyl. I've heard a few tracks on there, and there's one that I do love, but haven't gotten around to that one. But Eyelid Movies definitely is worthy. I'm putting that at number 5. Next up is Kate Bush. This is Kate Bush, Hounds of Love. I had a friend who was trying to put me on the Kate Bush for a few years, and I was hesitant for no real reason. I was just like, well, one day I'll do it. I always knew that she had a unique voice, but not to the degree that I know now. I felt like the more that I listened, the more she surprised me. And an interesting thing about this album is, I wouldn't even really know what to call this in terms of genre, but definitely has a lot of pop elements in there. So more so than anything, I would say it's pop oriented. But the more that this album goes on, the more experimental it becomes, and I'm a big fan of that. I was kind of disappointed that it took me so long to get, into her music, but I'm glad that I did. If you never heard any songs by her, just listen to the intro. It's called Running Up That Hill. That's a good starter. That's a good point to get your feet wet, because she has a very different kind of voice, and I do know that some people aren't fond of it, but me, I like her voice. I think it's alluring, and I like any female vocalist that sounds unique and makes them stand out. And she definitely does her own thing in terms of how she holds notes and like her cadence and whatnot. And yeah, another interesting thing about this album is, like I said, it gets more experimental as it goes on, but in tandem with that, each side, it's broken up into like 2 concepts. And I'm not going to pretend to know the concept verbatim. It's been years, but I know that each side has like a different concept in terms of like the song structures and whatnot. Sorry for the bright light. And so, yeah, so one side has like a concept, and then the other side has like a separate concept. And you can kind of get the vibe in terms of like how the sound changes throughout the album, but at the same time, it stays the same, but there's certain little tweaks and changes. And if you know the album, you know what I'm talking about. I like that it's evolving almost. Kate Bush, Hounds of Love. Check that out. Give it a chance. If this is one that you don't like right away, I would say give it a chance. Revisit it. It's one of those ones that I feel like grows on you the more that you listen to it, especially just her in general. 1975. This is their debut project. I know some people probably like, ugh. But 1975, I know they got a little rep about them, over the years, but I think this project is still a banger. There's one track on here that single-handedly almost put me off this album, and that's Love Me. It's not even that bad of a track in hindsight, but to this day, it still just doesn't really vibe with me as much as the other songs. And that's track 2, unfortunately. But 1975, this is their sophomore project, and it has a long ass title. I think it's like I like it for when you're sleeping, for you are so beautiful yet unaware of it, or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I would say that this is their best project. Some people might disagree. Some might say their first is a strong project, but I feel like the bonus tracks are my favorites. A lot of the bonuses are my favorites, and for that reason, I can't say that it's better than this one, because this one, without the bonuses, if there are any, I say that this one is just a stronger project. And some of the standouts for this one would have to be Loving Someone, Somebody Else, Change of Heart, Paris, and I'm forgetting like Nana. Like there's a few good songs on here. There is a lot of tracks on here. I think like 17, which if you know me, I mean, and the more songs, the more room for error. Which can be the case in some songs. Like some songs can drag on a bit, but overall, I feel like this project is good. And for a album that has that much tracks, in my opinion, it has a good batting average. A lot of them are dope. Check them out. 1975. Lastly, for my final two, is by a band that I'm very fond of. Let's start with this one. And this is by Depression Cherry. This is by Beach House, Depression Cherry. I'm bugging. This is my second favorite project by them. Close second, followed by the one that's coming up next. And this is, if you like pop music with a lot of shoegaze elements hidden in there or blatantly in there, then Beach House is definitely in your lane. I love the vocalists. I love the sound of their music. I love the ethereal, like heavy on the reverb type of sound that they have, and that is definitely the case for this project. It's kind of short. It's only what? It's only like 10 songs, 9 songs, something like that. And and like most of the songs are pretty short. The standouts for me would have to be, well, most people know Space Song because by now I think that's like their most popular song, ironically, and for good reason. You know, I'm not knocking it. Standouts on this album, if you haven't heard, once again, I like to give the standouts because sometimes people may see something and like, I want to hear that. So I'll give them the standouts, something that they may gravitate towards. So that would be Space Song, Wildflower, and Bluebird. I may even say Days of Candy, but yeah, those three mainly. If you want something to listen to, see if you like them, check it out. And I love the cover. It's kind of like a little velvet carpet. It's very unique. Yeah, Beach House, Depression Cherry. Check them out. It's super dope. And they have a lot of music. They have a good number of albums, but none of them compared to this one, in my opinion. And this is Bloom. I don't know. I'm not really sure how the Beach House fan base feels about like their general discography, but for me, man, Depression Cherry is second, hands down, and this is number one. This is Bloom by Beach House, and this is one of those albums. This is definitely like this album easily shot up into like one of my favorites of all time, and it's easily one of those ones where you can just put it on and you don't have to skip any song, in my opinion. But like the first 5 songs, the first 6 really, but the first 5 songs are like chef's kiss, perfect. You cannot go wrong with any song on this album. But side A is, it's hard. Like there is an album that's hard pressed to beat this album, side A, to me. And to me that says a lot. And once again, heavy on like the shoegaze sound. But a lot of pop elements, once again, and it has to be my favorite by them, like hands down. I can't say enough about this album. If you have not heard this, give it a listen. Definitely give it a listen. I love how the first 3 tracks just flow into each other, and The Hours, which is the 5th track, is absolutely fire. That's probably my favorite off the album now, and probably my favorite period, which is ironic because it was like my least played first time going through. Just to show you how music really grows on you. Anyway, that's Beach House, Bloom. Definitely deserves the last spot. Last but not least. Anyway, yeah, I believe that's it. So that's my top 5. I'm going to try and knock out some more videos for you guys. If I'm up to it, I may knock out some more today. So you may even see me wearing the same thing. So, don't flame me. So I'm going to try and keep up with this structure. The next videos that I might do, I may do like top 10 or top 5 indie rock records that you should know, or just maybe rock in general. And then I was debating on doing a top 5 or top 10 rap records, but I've been having a hard time narrowing that down to just 5 or 10. I'm gonna have to really think about that one. Even with the albums that I have, like just the ones that I have, it's still hard to do that. So, but with that being said, I'm gonna get to it. I know I took so much time off for making videos, but yo, I really just wanted like 10 people to watch my first video that has over 2K now. And I'm sitting at like 70 something subscribers, mainly from that video. And I am more than generous. I cannot say thank you enough. And last but not least, stay hydrated and be easy. Thank you.